Thank you so much. Ayan. So, bigyan kita ng feedback ah. Wait lang. All right. So, when you're talking to a girl, okay, don't do any basketball, you know. I mean, I get where you're trying to, I get where you're trying to go. Like, you're trying to give an example. Yung parang, parang, para makarelate siya. But like, typical girls, like, we don't play basketball. So, like, if it was a guy, it would make sense, right? And then, nagamit mo pa yung word yung double team. Double team doesn't have like a super positive connotation. It has sort of a sexual connotation. So, like, I would avoid words like that. But I think for the most part, like she was saying, she was very positive. She was like, "Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I share that too." So, like, and one thing you should realize about interviewers is we're trained to, you know, kind of be on your side, mga ganyan. Para kasi may hinahanap sila na reaction eh. 'Di ba? May hinahanap kami na reaction. We either put you in a pressure situation to get that reaction, or we pretend that, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Nangyari sa akin yan in an interview. Like, she made me talk and talk and talk about my personal stuff, tsaka niya ako tinira, right? So you have to be aware that interviewers, especially really good interviewers, and she is a good interviewer, like marami silang techniques. Okay, so I think they're like the positives in your interview overweigh the negatives, definitely. Um, I think what she has to struggle with right now is that you kind of don't have experience as a project manager, but on the technical side, parang marami ka namang alam, and she can see that you're very adaptable, you're very mature. So I think that's where they have to kind of weigh. And I don't know if they're interviewing din sa labas. For this role, like, you're the only one who's interviewing. Okay, like, you're the only one for me here who has kind of enough experience to even understand like what the role entails. Because honestly, the role is a lot of what I do. Kasi tulad ng pag-manage ng content team or yung pag-feedback sa mga website developer, website designer, mahirap yun ah. It's a first of all, you have to know how to talk to the clients. Okay, so ano ba, kausap ko yung client, sasabihin ko, well, I did an analysis of your website. First of all, you have no favicon. Okay. Second of all, yung call to action ninyo is way down here. The first, yung parang kaya mo i-analyze like in layman's terms for the client. And then you have to go to the web developer and then, have to relate to them in technical terms. Right? Meron ba tayong plugin na ganto-ganto, ganyan-ganyan? I know that you guys worked with a plugin that does this, that does that. Diba? So it's two pronged. It's a difficult role. Your technical background is going to help you, but talking to the clients is sort of like very different. Like she was saying, like no two clients are the same. So yung isa nagmamadali, yung isa matanda na di masyadong tech savvy, right? And they're in the medical space. They're talking to doctors, clinics, hospitals. They're trying to and the other thing is, at the beginning, you were talking a lot about patients. They don't work with patients, okay? They work with doctors on more on the marketing side, automation, to make their lives easier. Yeah. So, we'll see. We'll wait, okay? And hoping that's super positive. Mag-interview sila ulit ng Monday, but not for this role, for UI UX designer role. Okay, na nag-present naman ako ng candidate to them for that. So, good luck to Kelly. So, it could be two of you hired, it could be one of you hired. Okay. No, because she's a good interviewer. Yeah, I mean, like she can see that you're very eloquent, like, when it comes to communications, like that's your strength, really. Your communications and, excuse me, your technical background. Yun lang, hinahanap nila dito is may experience as project manager. But if they have training for that, like there's no reason why you would not be a fit. So yun lang. It's just when you said to her, I think you said two or three times, I think it's something different. Okay, I think you could have said something like, I think this is the next step for me. This is the big one. This is the big thing. This is why I want this. But if you had said something like, instead of this is something different, if you said to her, this is the big one for me, 'di ba? That would have, you know, 'di ba? Parang aspirational kasi siya, parang inaabot ko siya kasi alam ko kaya ko eh. Parang kaya ko, but I just need a little bit of help. Parang ganon, right? So, that's okay. Um, I was thinking that in the middle, like, oh my God, parang medyo tumatagalit. But I think at the end, when you went personal, right? So, and that's what's great about your approach, and that's what she agrees with. Na parang when she asks you that situational question about anong gagawin mo kung paulit-ulit yung mali, mga ganyan, and you said, well, kasi yung mga Amerikano, kahit sila, right? Like, obviously, so Latina siya, right? So they'll usually go to the person and they'll say, what's wrong with you? Like, you're not performing. Like, you know, may, like, palaging mali, yung mga ganon. But ikaw, yung approach mo is like, there's something going wrong. Is there something going wrong with you personally? Or is there something you need to talk to me about? Parang ganon. Yun yung approach mo. Yun yung nagustuhan niya. Right? So, towards the end, you kind of, really saved the interview. Um, I'm very positive about the outcome. But, syempre, in the end, it's their decision. No? So, it is more money. I hope you get it. Update na lang kita. I hope she emails today. If she doesn't email, like, so I've got some initial interviews from 12 to 2. Pag wala pa siyang email na mga 2:30, magpa-follow up ako sa kanya. Okay. Do you have any questions for me? More or less, it could be immediate. Like, I think the most they might be willing to wait is maybe a week. But yung si MJ, ano siya eh, parang binigyan ng access, integrate na agad. Parang ganun kay MJ. One day lang si MJ. They're quite organized as a company, which is a good thing. And swerte ka kasi in a Rob Bailey, they're more or less organized. Okay, and then you go to this company, which is more or less organized, like most VAs, they're not that lucky. Okay, if you work with a startup client, like it's a hot mess, and you're so like even working for Joe. So nag-away na naman kami kanina umaga. He was like, we need to hire two graphic designers, video editor, and a marketing manager. I was like, you got job descriptions for those people? Di ba? Kasi pag ako, sabi ko, pag sinasabi ko sa kanya, I need a placements manager, may JD na ako. Like, I come prepared. Hello. Okay. Yeah, I know how to hire, like, graphic designers, blah, blah, blah. But, like, para may organization, like, give me some job descriptions. Lalo na yung marketing manager, that's so generic, right? So you can imagine, like, how chaotic it can be. So if you go to this client, like you're gonna be super lucky. Si MJ nga, binayaran yung maternity leave niya 3 months. Ng client na to, yes. And she has a monthly incentive from the client. She even got an incentive while she was pregnant. Oh, she was on maternity leave. In her last parang month niya, oo, binigyan siya. Sobrang generous yung client na to. As long as they know that they can rely on you. And I know you can do that. Like you, ikaw yung MVP, di ba? Kina Rob Bailey. They're like, si Jara, most improved, blah, blah, MVP. Like, kayang-kaya mo, right? This is a great client to get hired to. So I'm just really hoping for the best. Yeah, definitely. I don't believe in faking it, but di ba? Parang at least prepare as much as you can. Oh, really? Yeah. Tell me about it. I was able to. I bought, di ba nung umuwi si Junie yung galing from his accident, right? Yeah, naglalakad na siya, yun lang may limp pa siya konti. So, but I was the only one at home, so I was like cooking their food, delivering it, okay, doing the laundry, the two dogs, work, okay, plus yung kailangan i-prepare yung bahay pag uwi niya. Like for example, yung buong ground floor kailangan gawing bedroom. So I had to buy the freaking mattress and set up the mattress and set up yung parang i-drag niya yung sarili niya, like to pull himself up and all that stuff. So I mean, like it's a necessity, you know. Sa hospital. Mhm. Yeah, he's not on the ground floor anymore. Mga 1 month lang siya sa, one month? 1 month lang siya sa ground floor. Bilis nga na recovery niya. Actually, ano na siya, nakauwi, so, magti 3 months na siya, no? So, um, check up na lang sa doctor, but total recovery is gonna be like, hello? Can you hear me? Yes? Hello? Okay, so yun yung first client interview of the day, and then I'm training somebody to assign her some training, and then habang ginawa ko yung interview, inubos ko yung emails ko. Then, ayan, binigyan ko ng feedback yung VA, and then um, I have initial interviews from 12 to 2. So the person that I'm training will be hiring me for that, and then I'll be following up with Fernanda at 2:30, and also at 2:30 the same time, my final interviews with my client and for the media buyer position, and then after that is orientation with the new graduates of Hey, Coach Potato, what's up? What's up? Ayun. So, sensya na kung hindi ko na ano yung this is my first live, like I don't freaking know what I'm doing. Okay. So ayan. So, and I kind of have to switch between like two earpieces. Okay. So, now I have to assign some training to the person that I'm training. Patay natin. Sakit sa mata. I can't find my freaking glasses. Patay natin yung Facebook. Commented on your post. What's up, guys? So at 12 o'clock, in about an hour, I've got, actually in 54 minutes, I've got like initial interviews. Tignan natin kung sino yung mga nag-confirm. So, na-assign ko na yan. Okay, so, hindi ko pa alam kung na-hire ko siya dun sa client. It's a great client. Ano yung market nila? Puro mga doktor. No, my client, he's the owner of the agency. So, yung dati, hinahandle ko yung dalawa. Yung marketing agency niya and then his VA agency. But now the VA agency is getting a lot bigger. So I'm assigned primarily to the VA agency, and then we trained a operations manager for the marketing agency. Ayan. Okay, so wait lang tayo ng feedback. Let's see if there's any new emails. Then I'll assign the training to... Okay, chaotic, di ba? Chaotic na masaya. Pod. Dennis Burton. Oh shit. This is Doug Foley. Doug Foley is... tracker. Yeah, guys, like if you want to, ask your questions, I can't guarantee I'll answer all of them like in time. And I apologize for that, but like my day is like super full. I'm just doing my first live to kind of, celebrate that. And thank you so much because I hit like over 2,000 followers today, I think 2024 last time I looked. So thank you so much for that. Ayan, kaya nag-celebrate, nag-live, di ba? Kahit chaotic. Putang ina. Ni-restrict niya. JC. Hi, JC. Please change the permissions of your tracker to anyone with the link can edit. Hey, Social Snap. Oh, thank you so much for your message. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad that, some of the stuff that I've been putting up helps. Sa totoo lang po, like, I really didn't mean to open up like a TikTok channel. The truth is, nagka-TikTok, kasi may ini-stalk ako na influencer. Okay. And then, ngayon, friends na kami. Okay. And then, I was like, oh, what kind of, because, you have to do like a profile thing. So, yan, parang napili ko out of the blue, the VA interview or whatever shit. And then, I decided to put up stuff, just what I know from my experience, because I've been interviewing VAs for like 8 years. So, nag-start yun sa unang VA agency that I was with. Nung EA ako, so nung EA ako nung nagpa-promote ako. So, I demanded to my client that, oh, you need to promote me. Yan. So, kailangan mag-hire ako ng kapalit. Doon nagsimula yun. So, I had to interview somebody else to take over my role as EA for that client. So, doon nagsimula yun. And then tuloy-tuloy na, pina-interview pa ako mga Amerikano because he wanted to build a team in the US. There was no team in the US. And he was like, Jen, I want to hire salespeople. I want to hire this person, that person. So naglagay naman ako ng mga job ads sa Indeed, mga ganyan. Pati sila pina-interview sa akin, di ba? Parang sabi niya, they're not gonna ask anyway, sabi niya. Pinagsinungaling ako ng client ko. Yung unang client, hindi yung client ko ngayon. He was like, they're not gonna ask anyway. Pag nagtanong lang sila, sabi niya, sabi niya, just tell them that you're my hiring manager. Okay. If your client asks you to lie, would you lie for him? Anyway, I did it. Um, yeah, Lorraine, we're gonna do some tools training. So we're going to do some tools training first. I will send you my personal Skillshare. Nakasubaybay ako sa mga video. Oo nga, like, yeah, I'm so glad. Like I never. I'm not like a social media person. Like, I kind of like to stay private a little bit. Like, I just do my thing on the side. But sa TikTok, that's when I realized, like, people, they can, like, there's some value in what I'm giving to them, and why not? Like, tsaka marami dun na sumisingil for what they know, 'di ba? And like, I really am not. I don't feel the need. Like, I don't feel the need na sumingil, like, from you guys. Okay. So, like, what advice I can give because of my experience, like, I will give. Okay. So, kung if you have questions about yung lahat na daanan ko na appointment setter, trainer ng mga appointment setter, EA, 'di ba? Pinabili pa ako ng panty ng hipag ng client. Hindi ko ba nakakwento yung time yung dalawang client nag as SMM. No, I've never been an SMM. But and I've never been a copywriter or content writer, but guess what? I've written stuff, but I wouldn't call myself a writer. Like, yung blog ng client ko, I used to write that. And then yung friend ko na very successful na freelancer, minsan hihingi ng tulong sa akin. Nag-commission sa akin ng dalawang stories for erotica. Do you know what erotica is? It's like written porn. So I've done written porn. Okay. But I wouldn't call myself a writer. It's like, so a lot of what I do is like ad hoc, right? So yun ang mahirap. But like, it's the first time I'm actually like really sharing shit. So if it's of value to somebody, and I apologize if sometimes I kind of come off as like a little bit, I don't know, like, syempre, yung like the way that I am, I know is not for everyone, and that's tanggap ko naman yun, it's fine. But if the content that I'm putting out helps somebody, then I'm very happy. Okay, I'm very grateful for that. And if you tell me that it helps you, like, talagang encouraging yun. Like, it's super encouraging, and thank you so much for that. Hey, social snap, good luck with that. Okay? May final interview ka later with the CEO. Yeah. You do it. You, like, pag bago ka humarap sa CEO, make sure that you're well lighted, your face is well lighted, you have some water, you drink some water, and then take a deep breath, compose yourself, then go. Diba? And one thing you should do, smile. Okay? Minsan hindi mo alam kung ano sasabihin mo, pero pag nakasmile ka, nakaka-save yun eh. Parang, pag may tanong yung CEO, tapos nakasmile ka, you're like, well, this is what I think. See, the smile saves you. Imbis na nagtatanong si CEO and you're like, see, laki ng difference. Okay. Starting point ko din is with writing din, but wasn't trained. Yeah, I mean, like my daughter writes very well. Her job is like a lot of experimental data writing and because they're writing programs for AI. Yung AI na program na gusto nila is yung AI to understand human emotion in text or content. Yeah, good luck to you, Social Snap. Kaya-kaya mo yan. Okay. Um, So, like, she writes a lot better than I do, and then she also does like review articles on games because she writes game. Well, she is only like 24, so um, yeah, I don't consider myself a writer, but yeah, you get into all kinds of stuff with the online world, diba? Lorraine, sensya ka na Lorraine kasi ang gulo natin. Okay. But I do have a guideline for her training. Tools training, day one. Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't show you my screen because yung mga mag-initial interview ako later. Tignan mo. Yan itong client na to. So, inaway ko na naman yung client ko kasi ura-urada na naman. To be honest, she doesn't care much about your educational background. That's right. Okay. Ay, makikinig ako. Yeah, then you're in. I mean, I don't I don't fake it. Like they say, fake it till you make it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to fake it because that's not me. Kaya nga, the advice that I give is if you don't know something, probing questions, 'di ba? Magtanong ka. Anong kailangan mo? Anong style? 'Di ba? Is there something that you're looking for? Is there something specific na are you looking for particular numbers, analytics, costs, mga ganyan? Para hindi ka magmukhang tanga, but at the same time, you're not faking it, right? You have to kind of, and that's more in line with who I am, because I'm not the kind of person who's gonna fake it. No, inaway ko tong client na to. Ora-orada na naman. Jen, we need 2 graphic designers, 1 video editor, 1 marketing manager. Sabi ko, you got JDs for this? My client is a typical client. He's not organized. He is disorganized, and I'm trying to put SOPs for everything, and he keeps undoing what I'm doing. Like, yes, I understand you like to feel powerful and all that kind of shit, but like we have 126 people working for us. Like, there is no way that hindi pwede ura-urada all the time. My lists. Okay. So let's create new list. Tools training. Google Workspace. Google Workspace, Asana, Slack. Tools training will consist of Asana, Please check out the video series by Marquise Moon on YouTube for today. Please learn how to use the internal automations para ikaw na gumawa. Shit. Yeah, faking it will not benefit you, so you can say it. Yeah, ako, hindi ko rin gusto na I tell the client, oh, I don't know how to do that. Like, I don't like saying that. That's why probing questions ako. Like, dinideflect ko. If the client asks me directly, do you know how to do that? I'll say, you know what, I don't know, but look, I have some questions that I need for you to answer so that I know what you want. Okay? Pag tinanong na client, do you know how to do that? But if the client doesn't say, if the client's like, I want this, I want this, I want that, I want that, I'll just say, okay, so let me ask you these questions. Let me get a list of what I want. Yeah, I never make an assurance because I don't like to oversell and I don't like to overpromise and I don't like to promise. Okay, hindi ako nagpa-promise. Pero hindi ko rin sinasabi sa kanila, hindi ako nagpa-promise. Hindi ko sinasabi yun. Right? I try to keep it really professional. I'm like, I'm a Virgo, so my personality is very analytical, very dry. Okay. So that's why I relate very well to the clients. I understand their side. At the same time, Pinoy ako, so I understand our side, which makes me like a fragmented personality. But it kind of works like an in-between, in an in-between role, like mine. Let's talk about those. Tomorrow, I will also be assigning training in Skillshare for Asana, Google Workspace, Slack. What else? We will do a screen share for Engaged. Okay. I set a task. Minutes. Check ko lang kung sino nag-confirm. When you say you will deliver, panindigan mo talaga. No, I don't. I just tell them my time frame. Okay, I don't say, oh, I can promise this, I can promise that. Okay, so like one time my previous client, so I've only had 2 clients like ever. My previous client, yung nag-EA ako, yung pinabili ako ng panty ng hipag niya. So I'm an EA, okay, I'm an appointment setter. That's my skill set. Like sales, business support, that's my skill set. Then one day, nag-Skype kami and he was like, Jen, I want to know the numbers for this website. I want to know the cost. I want to know the traffic. I want to know the blah blah. I want to know yung in-spend nila for paid ads over the past year. And I'm like, that's technical. That is not my skill set. Like I'm not, and this was like 2014, 2013, mga ganyan. I'm not trained for that. Pero hindi ko sinabi sa client, you know, I'm not trained for that. Hindi ako ganon. I told him, okay, which website? aling website yan? Gusto mong bilhin? Okay, aling kumpanya yan? Gusto mong bilhin? Okay. So, and I was like, okay, so you said you needed to know what? Cost of the website, how old it is, what's the traffic, mga ganyan, ganyan. I have no idea how to do these things, like absolutely no idea. Basta nilista ko siya. And then I was like, is that it? This is it, right? And he said, yeah. And I said, so give me more or less 72 hours. Okay? Kasi inisip ko kung bibigyan ko sarili ko maraming oras. Okay? Then when I completed in less time, di parang ang galing ng dating ko. And I said, do you need this ASAP? Because like I can get it back to you in 72 hours because I got all this other stuff. Like I'm doing your HR stuff and I'm doing this and that. Magtatawag pa ako for appointment setting. Then he was like, no, just, yeah, he said, yeah, that's fine. So ako na nag-set ng deadline ko. Okay. And then after the meeting with the client, takbo kay dun sa Pakistani na web dev nila na magaling. And then I was like, oh, you have to help me with this. I don't know how to get this information. Like, what can you advise me? So tinulungan niya naman ako. I actually completed it within like 24 hours. So when next day I presented it to my client, I said 72 hours, but I actually delivered in like 27, or let's say a little over 24 hours. Ayan. So I did not promise anything, but I over delivered. Okay, so that's a technique that you guys should learn. Okay, so and in a way, it's like managing your client. It's not just managing your time, managing your task. You have to manage your client. Okay, because sira ulo yung mga clients. Okay, that's the bottom line. Like, feeling nyo, mapupunta kayo sa client na super organized, na nandun lahat ng mga process, SOP? No. You are lucky if you get that client. Yung kanina nag-interview si Fernanda, yung may-ari nun, si Joe Brown, like, his company is good. Okay? His company is good. Like, they're organized. Kaya pag na-hire dun si Jairo, sobrang swerte niya. I personally have never had a client that's been super organized. Ever. Okay? So, it's not just you organizing yourself, it's you learning to handle your client at the same time. Kung hayaan mo na si client na siya mag-set ng deadline, siya mag-set ng ganon, and this client is like out of his mind, disorganized, like he doesn't even know what he's doing today. Okay? You have to learn how to manage your client as well. Okay? In a way, blessing, pag hindi organized si client. Kasi ikaw minsan binubuli ko pa yung client ko na yun eh. Parang, sige na, gawin mo na. Parang iniintay ni yun, 'di ba? Parang I reminded you 2 days ago, like you should really do this for the client. In a way, you have to bully the client sometimes. And with this client now, yung client ko ngayon, in the early days, like when I joined him in 2017, maliit lang yung team niya, like 5 VAs lang kami. And most of them were freelancers, and they did whatever they wanted. Like the freelancers came in whenever they wanted. Okay, he was getting like 5 different invoices. There were 5 different payment dates. Like seriously, how do you run your business that way, right? So, ang ginawa ko, inorganize ko talaga. So ako lahat, ako ang nag-organize, ako sa sales, ako yung nagtatawag, ako yung sa payroll, everything. Oh, thank you, Blair. Everything. Okay. And then when it came to payroll, so my job is to do the payroll, send it to my client, siya yung maghulog ng pera, then we get our money, right? And minsan, makakalimang reminder ako sa kanya. Like 5 reminders. And it's not, at that time, medyo lagpak yung negosyo niya. Wasn't super organized. So, kailangan talaga parang at times you have to bully your client. That's how you manage your client. Kasi kung hindi ko siya kukulitin about the freaking payroll, okay, nobody gets paid. And that's not just me. That's like 4 or 5 other people. Okay? And alam ko minsan naiirita na siya sa akin. Like kaka-remind ko. Okay? But you know what? Kailangan matigas ka. And hindi yung nagmamatigas ka sa client. You have to learn to handle them as well. So, halimbawa, the 4th reminder, I can tell he's getting irritated. Biniro ko na lang siya. Sabi ko sa kanya, I'm sorry to sound like a broken record, but you pay me to be annoying. Like, this is what you pay me for, and I'm just doing my job. Okay? Because if I don't do my job, nobody gets paid. So I hope you understand na yung pagkukulit ko sa'yo, okay, it's not a personal thing. It's something that I have to do, not just for me, but for everybody. Okay, like you want to continue working with these people, like you get that money in today. Okay. So, and I don't say it in a way that disrespectful to the clients. Like, yes, I know that they're busy, but I also know that they're not organized. So, some to get there, sometimes you have to idaan mo sa lambing. Minsan idaan mo sa dahas. Okay. Um, I don't know. That's just how I handle it. Marquise Martin is an expert. Also, okay, so let's see who freaking confirmed the interview. Makinig kayo sa ano. Thank you. Social Snap. Um, makinig kayo sa initial interview. I can't find my freaking glasses. Yoms, nakita mo yung salamin ko? Ha? Pasok ikaw, baby. Wait, ah. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Come here, tiny baby. Come here. Come here, tiny, tiny, tiny. Little tutoy. Laga. See. Dalawa sila. Kaya ang gulo. Ang kalat ng... Yeah, hindi ako like, I don't do videos on that side because it's a mess. So we have two beagles. Ito si Black Sabbath. In real estate before with my first company. So my first VA agency was my outdesk. Okay. Pinangalan na talaga. Well, it's alive. So anyway, can you erase alive? I don't know. Anyway, but yes, I was, and I also did ISA training over there. So yes, nakapag-train ako ng VA in real estate. Yeah, yes. I'm very familiar with real estate because I was in that field for like over 5 years. So, pag-interview ng ISA, ng GVA, like, I know what a GVA should do. They should be able to do listings management, transaction coordination, green sheets, that, all that kind of stuff. Tapos pag ISA naman, syempre, alam ko yun kasi that was my very first VA job. So, ano ka ba? Are you interviewing for ISA? Excuse me. So, for anyone out there, maglalagay ako ng job ads mamaya for 2 graphic designers, 1 video editor who specializes in TikTok videos, and a marketing manager. So, yan ang I just that's hot off the press. So anyone who's looking for a job, yung client ko na inaway ko kanina kasi hi, sensya na kasi minamadali ko lang. Check ko lang kung sino yung mga nag-confirm. So, yung mga naghahanap ng clients dyan, yung mga kaya maging marketing manager or video editor with specialization in TikTok videos, and 2 graphic designers, maya-maya may job ads sa online jobs. I-post ko mamaya. Okay. Para ma-prioritize kayo. And yes, I'll be doing the interview. Okay. Sino yung mga to? Yung media buyer, may magka-final interview na kasi. Galing Bolivia. And he's super cute. Latino. Oh, wow. Pero nag-ano na siya, nag-media buyer for like BMW Bolivia, like big companies. So my boss likes that. He likes that kind of stuff. Okay, so yung I should have done this on the weekend. How much offered salary po, Charis? Nakalagay dun sa job ad. Like, I don't know yet because i-approve pa niya before I post the job ads. But malamang, like, end of shift ko, like, there's, it'll be on the job ad. Like, for example, for yung media buyer, which is still up, but it's not available anymore. I think the range, and it's gonna depend on the experience, because syempre, yung si Joe, yung client ko, magsiset at the final interview. But the range for the media buyer was like per month, like $1,000 to $1,700. So I think it depends on the experience. Siya magde-decide. Hi, Jennifer, no problem. Dalawa na, ay, tatlo na yung bilingual namin na ano, na VA. Yung isa bakla. So, ma-excite siya pag na-hire to. Who are these people? Well, kayo para makita niyo yung ano, paano ako mag-interview. Where is she from? Okay, so if you guys are going to be interviewed, you should know that if you're going to be interviewed by a good interviewer, they are watching you from the time you apply until the time you step into the Zoom call until the time you leave the Zoom call. They are watching every single move, the way that you respond via email and also sa virtual. Okay. So, pag humingi ng confirmation, please confirm na ganyan, confirm kayo agad. Okay? If you're late in the Zoom call, don't try to sneak in. I fucking hate that. I'm not, this is not high school and you're trying to sneak in the back of the class. Like, this is a job. Okay? So, I expect professionalism. People who try to sneak into the Zoom call and then don't say anything and they just sit there, that pisses me off, right? If you're late, own up to it. That's accountability, right? Sorry po, na late ako because my laptop suddenly restarted, mga ganyan. Okay. Or better yet, let me know on email before the interview. I'm going to be late because yada yada. I need to reschedule because this and that. Like for professionalism's sake. Um, Di siya nag-confirm. Not confirmed. Ang kunin na mag-interview ka. Ano kami? So, Depende kasi, because, yung niche namin is digital marketing. So, and I understand because I came from like the real estate world na pag nagpa-interview ka, kailangan gusto nila yung parang business attire. Like, I'm just wearing a freaking t-shirt. So, my boss is like this. Okay, so everything is kind of informal, but I still tell my team and yung mga nagpapa-interview na, wag na pa-interview na nakapambahay, di ba? Parang, kailangan mukha kang medyo malinis. Like, wag naman naka-sleeveless na punit-punit. Wag naman ganun. Tapos wag naman nagve-vape. Like, seriously, guys. Like, informal na nga tayo and you don't have to take advantage of it. Okay? So, like, as long as you look clean, you could be wearing a t-shirt, you could be wearing denim. Wag lang yung parang sleeveless. Yun yung vibe kasi yung ni boss eh. So, you know. Yeah, it's seriously like may mga na naranasan na ako like yung asawa ko nag-interview siya, nagve-vape. Okay. Nagve-vape yung applicant. Tapos may na-interview na ako, ano yun, for promotion ah. Ano, nakapusod na yung buhok, nakapambahay pa. Di ba? Saan ka pa? Komportable si ate. But I do like jewelry. That is my guilty pleasure. And I also like to design jewelry. Kaso hanggang ano lang ako, mga stainless steel. Like, I did these charm bracelets, I did these. And then, yung ibang necklaces that I didn't design this, I bought this. So, those yung iba, like, I like Tiffany. I like mga pearls, I have a pearl collection. So, that's kind of I like those kind of things. I don't like bags and shoes and stuff like that, but I do like nice jewelry. Ito yung pinakabago ko. Ano, pinakabago ba ito? Yeah, ito yung pinakabago, like, pink pearls. Like, this color pink is hard to find. Hindi ko nga mahanap sa South Sea. Pero nahanap ko siya sa ano, freshwater pearls. And it's a little bit cheaper pag freshwater. And also, like, the way that you dress for an interview as an interviewer, if I wear pearls, okay, pearls are a power. They tell you that it means girl boss, okay. So kapag nag-interview ako for like a management position, project manager, mga ganyan, I expect like like if it's a girl who's interviewing, like she should have some kind of like mukha siyang authoritative. Okay, these pearls are like 15 millimeters, so it really says like girl boss. Okay. If you wear smaller pearls, it's like maybe your middle management. Parang ganon. So it tells me a lot, like just by what you're wearing, or if you bothered to put on makeup, or you bothered to put on some powder. That tells me a lot about you already. Na hindi ka pa nagsasalita sa interview. HR. LMA and Dustin. Ganun po ba? Dami ko naman matutunan. Yeah. It's a lot of garbage. That's piled up over 10 years, you know. Jessica. Tingnan mo yung mga hindi nag-confirm. So, yung recruitment process namin up until orientation, it's fully automated. So, wala kaming malaking HR team. We have like one person who manages it, and she's sick today, so I'm managing it. So, yung mga reminder email, mga emails saying, please confirm your attendance, mga ganyan. That's all automated. But even though it's automated, like, hindi mo siya dapat i-ignore. If it asks you to confirm, please confirm. Diba? Ayan, dalawa na sila, hindi nag-confirm. So maybe there's gonna be no interviews today. I don't know. Sino naka-experience ng ganito? Okay. Okay. Ayaw ng trabaho. Huwag. Not confirmed. Si Carly. Si Carly, hindi sumasagot. Oo, kayo nagpo-post. Oo, si boss. Gusto niya yon. Straight 80-hour shift po nyo. Me, no. I mean, it's supposed to be 8 hours, right? But I usually end up doing like 9, 10. Okay. I will not do 12. No. Tsaka, in my case, hindi bayad yung OT. But my team, basta approve yung OT, bayad yan. Oh, at least isa nag-confirm. Thank you. So, itong initial interviews, it's gonna be, it's reserved for 2 hours, and it's a batch. So, I usually do batch interviews, and it could be for, you know, different positions. But I think for this batch, isa lang yung ina-applyan nila. No, actually dalawa. So now we have somebody who's applying to be for the media buyer post. So let's see. Okay, yung client ko na ngayon, he has 22 years experience in digital marketing. So like it's kind of hard to fool him. Okay, so at sobrang mapili siya. Like for example, yung mga SEO writer, sobrang mapili siya doon. Mga media buyer, like you cannot just razzle dazzle him. Okay. Ayan. So ecom na naman ang experience. Like I know what my client wants. It's I mean like he might have a lot of years of experience, but if it's all in ecom, it's kind of mahirapan siya pag lumipat siya sa market ni boss. So let's just do some touch-ups. And I cannot find my glasses. Buti na lang natulog yung aso. Ano ba nga applyan mo? Social Snap? Graphic designer, video editor. Yung video editor gusto niya, ano, specifically magaling sa TikTok style videos, which I know is kind of changing. Um, Kasi 'di ba lumabas yung update that with TikTok na you can now like do 10-minute, you can upload like 10-minute videos. So, oh, medyo. Like the style always changes. Like for example, me in my analytics, my short videos do better, but I think my followers tend to enjoy like the longer videos because there's more information. But in terms of yung video views, like the shorter videos do better. So you kind of have to, balance that. Okay, so we have 7 minutes. Invite natin si Lorraine. Hey, Lorraine. In about 6 minutes. Okay, so gusto na natin yung recap ko lang yung ano. Shares. Recap ko lang yung Asana and my notes. And then and also yung VA agency ni boss, our niche is digital marketing because all our clients are mga may-ari ng digital marketing agency, like all of them, okay, except for one. And kaya expectation ng mga client is makaka-hire sila ng mga VAs na with experience in digital marketing. That's why I'm not gonna, like yung mga newbies na nagtatanong sa akin, how, mga ganyan. Like, I'm not gonna lie to them and say, oh, mag-apply ka sa amin, we'll give you a job. Like, I cannot guarantee that. Okay, because the clients really prefer people with experience. So it depends. Like, do we hire newbies, like people with no VA experience? The answer is it depends. Like, kung may digital marketing skills ka, like for example, sa labas, you were a graphic designer. Yeah, that's my job too. Like I do placements, I coordinate with the clients. Like there's just so much crap that I do. Okay. But right now, yes, yung ako nagpe-place ng VAs with clients, and I'm training I'm training one of our project managers to take over like just placements. Yun lang ang gagawin niya. But it's not an easy role. Like there's a lot of yung profiling, alam yung pagpa-profile ng mga tao. Kailangan kabisado mo yung paano magbasa ng disc, mga ganun. So her training is probably gonna be like 4 months. Sales and marketing coordinator, pero part-time lang. Yeah, depends. Okay, like what kind of marketing do you do? Sino tong admin? Oh, apat sila. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna put the volume down a little lower. Don't say anything. Shh. We have 3 minutes to go. Okay, so Like I told Jara, kanina binibigyan ko siya ng feedback. Kaya hindi nagsismile yung ibang interviewer. Yung mga interviewer, trained yung mga yan. Okay? They're trained very well. Most of them. And yung trabaho ng interviewer is to get the truth from you, is to get a reaction from you. Because an interview is a very short, pressured amount of time. Gusto makita ng interviewer, ano ka ba? Fight, flight, or flee? Di ba? Nag-freeze ka ba? If you're pressured, lumalaban ka ba? Yun ang gusto ko, di ba? Pag lumalaban, alam mo, magsusurvive yan. Or natatakot ka, bigla kang umaalis. Like, so if an interviewer does not smile, there's a reason for that. It's not because they don't like you. Okay, it's because maybe they're seeing paano ka magre-react. How are you going to react to somebody who's not smiling? Are you going to smile anyway? Are you not going to smile at all? Ano yung mga ganon? So be conscious na yung mga interviewer, they're trained for situations like this. Okay, turn on the light. Let them in. We have like a minute to go. So 4 of them are early, although I don't know who this admin is. And for your information, initially, hindi ako nagsasmile sa mga applicant. Because I'm trying to gauge their reaction. Can't find my freaking glasses. And another reason why I like to wear my glasses is nagre-reflect, so they can't see my eyes. Yung mga applicants, they can't tell like what I'm thinking, like my eyes. Ayan, papusuin natin sila. Good morning. Good. How are you? Okay, thanks so much. So I think one of you is still connecting, although I don't know who admin is. I don't know if they're invited really to the interview. So Charlene and Ella May, can you hear me? Okay. Good morning. Hey, admin, could you change your name? I think Ella May is still connecting to audio. Okay. Oh, okay, sorry. Let's just wait for Ella May to pop up on webcam. Ella May, do you have an issue with your webcam? Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. So good morning, guys. My name's Jen, and I'm the Director of Operations for Level 9 Virtual. And I'm joined by Lorraine. She's our placements manager. So she's going to be part of the interview as well. So I'm just going to be making notes during the interview, so I hope that doesn't put anybody off. And I just want to clarify for Charlene, where did you hear about Level 9? Is that Facebook? Was that a Facebook group or? Okay. And for Ella May, you're actually referred by Carly, right? Okay. And Dustin, you learned about us through a job post on Online Jobs, is that correct? Okay. So you're actually applying for the media buyer post. Okay. All right. Um, so just a little bit more information about me, guys. I've been a VA for 10 years. I've worked with Joe for 5 years. Um, so Joe, I don't know how much you know about him, but he's been in digital marketing for 22 years. He has like 4 or 5 businesses. So he has his own marketing agency, and then he has a VA agency which is called Level 9. Okay, so for Charlene and LMA, you know about Level 9. For Dustin, you may not know that much about Level 9. I don't know if you know about Joe's VA agents, marketing agency, which is Wedding Booking System. Um, so your questions are gonna be a little bit different from Charlene's and LMA's. Okay. All right. So I want each of you guys, we're going to go round robin, and I want each of you guys to tell me a little bit about yourself, like maximum 3 minutes. I already have your resumes in front of me, so actually, what I would prefer is knowing a little bit more about you that's kind of not listed on your resume. So, a little something personal, maybe, and tell us, why you're applying to level 9. Okay. So let's start with LMA. Okay, thanks, LMA. So, unleash your team. Like, is that so that was your previous VA agency? Is that correct? Okay. So why did you leave him? Did they give you a reason as to why you weren't getting the benefits that they promised? Okay. And what do you know about level 9 and the benefits that we offer? Okay. Um, so you don't want to do like calls because you mentioned that you were doing like inbound and outbound. Is were those like appointment setting calls or just follow up calls? Like what kind of calls were they? Oh, okay. So it's mostly like it's not like hardcore sales or appointment setting, right? No. Um, and so what's your goal in, so obviously you've moved from one company to another in search of something, and income seems to have something to do with it. Um, if I was to ask you what's your goal income, like in a month, what would be your goal income? Okay, so that would, like, for you, like that's gonna allow you to pay your bills, pay, like, pay for groceries, have maybe have a little bit of savings left over, right? Describe to me what your ideal work environment is. So what if you only got half of that? Let's say you got good management, but the people aren't that friendly. What if you only got half? Okay, so you've been a VA for 3 years. What would you say is the the top two most important qualities that a good VA should have? So that's one. What's the other quality? For you personally, what do you think has been your greatest weakness in your career as a VA so far? Okay. Do you have any questions for me at this point? Okay, okay, great. Thanks, LMA. All right, Charlene, you're on the chopping block, so um, why don't you tell me a little bit about. So you don't have any experience as a VA yet, correct? Okay. So why apply to level 9? Like, what are you doing here? What are you looking for? Okay. So, like, do you have to be a VA? You can always be a freelancer. Okay. You're aware that there's like there's training out there, right? So we're not the only VA agency. We're not even the biggest. Okay, there's a lot of VA agencies out there. They also offer free training. So, like, why level 9? Because you could go to Athena, you could go to My Outdesk, you could go to Riva Assist, you could go to other VA agencies. Like, why why level 9? Okay, so what area of what sort of VA do you want to be? There's a lot of different types of VAs. So Dustin, he's a media buyer. Okay, he's a freelancer. So LMA, she's done SMM, she's been a general VA, she's been sort of an appointment setter. Like, there's all types of VAs. Like, what type of VA do you want to be? Okay. The problem is, like I said earlier, our niche is in digital marketing. So, we're not in real estate. We don't have a ton of clients who need calls. We don't. Okay. If you look at the different areas of digital marketing, and I don't know if you know all the areas of digital marketing. The VAs that we have right now, um, they're all, they all know how to do marketing automation. Okay. We have VAs who are media buyers. We have VAs who, so they do either Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads. We have video editors, we have graphic designers, we have, WordPress website developers, we have lead generation specialists, we have email marketing specialists. Those are the types of, like, SEO analysts. Those are the types of VAs that we have. We don't have, because the needs of our clients are based on, like, those skill sets. Okay. We don't have a ton of clients who are looking for somebody to set appointments. So I'm not sure if I'm 100% getting the picture of if you know why you're here. Because if you say your skill set is, oh, because I've been in the BPO industry and I can do appointment calls and follow ups, well, we don't really need like a ton of calls. So, like, if that's the type of VA you want to be, like, who's going to be doing inbound and outbound, maybe you're a better fit for another VA agency because I don't know. I'm not sure I'm getting 100% the picture of where your VA career is going. Do you get what I'm trying to relay to you? So, what can you say about that? Oh, okay. So, all right. Do you have any questions to ask me at this point? That's our preference. Although, if somebody were to ask me, do we hire VAs with no experience? My answer would be, it depends. It depends. Okay. See Lorraine smiling. It depends, because it depends on a lot of things. Okay. Primarily because, one, we don't train for digital marketing. Like, we will not train you to be a media buyer. We don't train you for graphic design. We don't train you for stuff like that. Okay. We do not promise to make you the total digital marketing VA. We don't. Okay. We only train in marketing automation. Okay. We are we are the official VA partner to a software called Go High Level. So I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Okay. Um, so that is the only training that we offer. And it's not an easy software. We did train like a bunch of newbies back in 2019. We trained like 3 batches. Okay. And the results were bad. Like, none of them are with us today. Because if you're a complete newbie to digital marketing, you just don't get it. You won't get the software. There's just so many features. However, if, for example, LMA, she's got some background in in graphic design, and she's got, some background in email marketing. It's like when you look at the software, then it all kind of connects, right? It's like, oh, this is what I used to do before, but now it's here, plus there's this, plus there's this. Then you can build websites inside, then you can build landing pages inside. It all connects. It's easier for somebody who already has experience. So that's my answer is, like, do we accept people with no VA experience? Yes, we do. Okay. But then again, it depends. Okay. Um, if you have no background in digital marketing, I would advise you to go out and find out what it is, what it's about. Because without it, if you get endorsed to, like, the software training, it just goes over your head. You do not have an appreciation for what the software is. Okay. Anything else? All right. Okay. Thanks, Charlene. Let's move on to you, Dustin. So, how long have you been a media buyer? Okay. So, have you done Google ads, TikTok ads, any other type? Okay. So you mentioned that you do copywriting. What do you use? Like, what are the tools you've used for copywriting? Okay. For graphic design, what are some of the tools that you've used? For graphic design, what are the tools that you've used? Okay. So you said that you built landing pages inside GHL. Um, do you use CSS? CSS. You know, you can have animations now for landing pages. So the landing pages you've created, they're mostly like still landing pages, correct? Okay. So how many steps are the typical landing pages you've built? Okay, you said that you set up the Facebook ads and then you set up the landing page and then you said the automations are already set up. Does that mean they're already set up for you or do you set up the automations connected to the landing page? How many clients have you worked with using GHL? Um, Actually, all our VAs who, I would say almost all our VAs who know how to use Go High Level, they use CSS. Because like this, if I see like a still landing page, and Lorraine, you can disagree with me if you want to, right? If I just see a still landing page, it's like I'm back in the 90s. That's I look for a landing page where there's a little bit of life. Like I don't know, maybe because it's I'm a girl, but I want to see something where the CTA is like hopping around a little bit or it changes color a little bit. So yeah, I would say that almost all our VAs use CSS. Have you built a website? Have you used the website builder inside GHL? Okay. So when you built automations, like what have you included in, let's say, your best automation? And does that include, like, do you work inside the pipelines as well? Have you created like a new pipeline if that's needed? I mean, have you built the automations that you built? Are they mostly like email? Have you included webhooks, HTML emails? Because there's an HTML email builder inside GHL. You know that, right? Okay. What's the latest feature that was rolled out by GHL, do you know? Yeah, I mean, you're like we're a company who's the official VA partner for Go eye level. So if you tell me that you don't need to teach me anything, I know everything about GHL. I do expect you to know everything about GHL. So when I ask you what's the latest feature that was rolled out 2 days ago, blog posts. You can now do blog posts on a website in GHL. So if you know everything about GHL, and I cannot even say that I know everything about GHL. I'm not saying that. Okay. But I do keep updated. Like I do attend, some of their Facebook lives, and I did sign up for their newsletter, so I know, what are the latest at least, right? Um, so what's the longest sort of client that you've worked with doing, let's say, running Facebook ads? Okay, so what was their niche? That was the home services. Okay. Okay, so they decided to move on and not do Facebook ads anymore. Is that right? Okay. Um, so in terms, have you done other types of campaigns like, retargeting, traffic? Okay. Tell me about um, what are the things that you need to. So if I had a magic wand and I could wave it and say, okay, tomorrow you're doing our Facebook ads, what would like be the ideal setup for you? Like, what would be the optimum setup for you to start working and then, just go forward with absolutely no hitches in your job? Okay, so let's say, my boss decided to hire you. And primarily, we actually need help both on the VA agency side, so on the recruitment side for VAs and for to get more clients in. Okay. So let's say he also gave you those, and he gave you, let's say, one. Oh, we've had this client since 2017. Um, what would be your action plan starting from day one for this like really long term client if you were to be given, let's say, 5 to 10 clients like that? Okay. Um, so it was kind of mentioned in the job ad that if you're the right fit for the role, it is going to be night shift. Is that an issue? It was mentioned in the job ad that it's a full-time role and it's for night shift. Is that going to be an issue? How many clients? Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Um, yeah, I can't promise flexi time. For Joe's internal team, um, most of them are on Central. Most of them, they come in like 8:30 a.m. Central time. So that's like starting around 9:30 or 10:30 p.m. in the Philippines, right? We have three people on Pacific. So, for example, I started around 11:30 p.m. Yeah. Is that because you're still currently working with other clients? Okay. Do you have any questions for me at this point? So for the media buyer post, like the next step would be a second interview. We'll update you regarding the assessment for this interview. And same with Charlene and LMA as well. Okay. So you'll get an email. The next step would be getting an email communication as to whether you're moving on to the next step. Okay. For LMA and Charlene, that would ideally be like, the marketing automate, the software training. Okay. For Dustin, that would be like the second interview with Joe. All right. So that's what we're looking at in terms of next steps. All right. So before I let you go, guys, any other questions for me? Awesome. It was a pleasure meeting you all today. I hope that we get to work with you all in the near future. I kind of have a recommendation for you, and it's just to kind of help you, get on to the next level because I know you're making your VA journey. There's lots of niches. Okay, as you can see from my conversation with you, and you kind of have to decide on one, right? If you want to stay in digital marketing, find out what it is. All right, but you don't actually have to pay for training. What I advise is you go to Google Digital Garage. Okay, as long as you have a Gmail, you can register. And the most important course in there for you right now is called The Fundamentals of Digital Marketing. take it. Take it, okay? It's 40 hours long. It is sort of long, okay? If you want to power through it in a week, do like 8 hours a day and finish it, it's going to be worth your time. First of all, it's free, okay? Second of all, like it discusses everything. What is SEM? What is SEO? What is media buying? So you learn all the areas. And the advantage of learning what every area of digital marketing is about is you get to make a decision. Oh, I think I'd like to be a SEO writer. Oh, I think I'd like to do social media management. See, now you've made a decision. Now you have a direction. Okay. So right now, because honestly, if you don't make a decision for yourself, somebody will make that decision for you. And you don't want that to happen. That's what happened to me 10 years ago. I go in blind, okay? And they're like, you can be a GVA, you can be an ISA. I don't know what each is. I don't know what they are. And I just said, which one pays more? Because I have a family, right? I have my daughter's, I'm trying to get her to graduate from high school. And they said, oh, ISA, that pays more. And I was like, I'll take that. See? You have no idea what you're getting yourself into. You know what an ISA does? They make like 1,000 calls a day. 800 to 1,000 calls a day. Outbound. Okay? And in my first week with my first client, okay, they said, oh, here's some recordings. Listen to the recordings. Here's the script. And then the second day, they said, here's your access. Go, make calls. And the worst thing is I joined a team. There was 4 other people in that team already who knew the software, knew the scripts. They did it better than I did. Okay? And like, yes, I speak really nice English. English is my first language, obviously, but didn't save me. Like after my first week, on my second Monday, my client said to me, Jen, you have no appointments. So if you don't have any appointments by tomorrow, we have to let you go. Imagine that. My very first VA job, being told after my first week that, yeah, maybe you're not the right fit, like we have to let you go. That's what's going to happen to you. Okay? So take charge of your own life, of your own VA career. Okay? Find a direction. Do you want to be in digital marketing? Maybe after taking the Google course, you don't want to be. Okay? The advantage of being in digital marketing is it's all back end. That's true, right? Maybe you have a video call with your client 2 or 3 times a week, but that's about it, right? Project manager, her role is a little different. Like she manages VAs. She's always on, sometimes she might call a client, but then project managers are paid to do that, right? She started off just like, everyone else. So take the course, find out what digital marketing is, get your certificate. That's the best thing about it, right? Get a Google certificate. You are now Google certified. You can proudly post it on your LinkedIn, your Facebook, okay? And now you have a direction, okay? Maybe your direction is, I don't want to be in digital marketing. Let me explore real estate. Let me explore medical billing. Let me explore something else. But now at least you have a direction. If you don't know what you want, at least know what you don't want. Okay? So, yeah, I hope you benefit from that. I really appreciate you guys making the time today. We will get you a response within 24 hours. That's going to be via email. And if, I know the emails are automated, so they're going through the software, obviously. But if you want to reply back, just reply back. Somebody will see a response and we'll respond if you have additional questions after this. Okay. All right. Take care, guys. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day. Bye. So I know. Yeah, that's what usually happens. I try to get them to. So in an interview, I want to get you to the point where makikita ko, are you fight, flight, or freeze? 'di ba? Kasi gusto ko makita reaction mo, right? Alam mo yun eh, being a VA is like you're gonna be put sooner or later, sooner probably, you'll be put in a position maiipit ka, 'di ba? Now, if ipitin kita sa interview, doon po makikita what you're made of. So I need to know now, okay? Lalaban ka ba or hindi? And she didn't. She was like, yeah, yeah, I agree with you. Like, I don't want you to agree with me. Hello, right? Yes, exactly. Exactly. See? See? Yung may in-interview din ako dati like fresh out of university. 'Di ba? Pero artistic type siya like he's done little bit of social media yung sa college lang, mga ganon. Tapos parang nagbabanda-banda, tapos nagpe-paint-paint, okay, may konting graphic design. Like, there's no really solid skills really. Right? But he's autistic. I can tell he's intelligent. So talagang tinulak ko, di ba? And then, like, at every point, he was like, kaya ko po yan. Like, nagawa ko na po yan. Like, yung mga example na puro sa school lang, di ba? Pero, may fighting spirit. Di ba? Kinuha ko. And you know who his client is right now? Jazz guitarist in Canada. Sobrang tuwang-tuwang-tuwa yung client sa kanya. Yeah. Sobrang tuwang-tuwa yung client ngayon sa kanya. So that's what I want to see in an interview. Like, I want you to show me what you're like in a pressure situation. I have to know now. I know it's only 30 minutes. I know it's only 45 minutes. But pag, pag tumiklop ka in like now, like malamang pag client na, hindi ka, oh, hindi ka lalaban. Yung isa, yung media buyer, he doesn't seem that um, adaptable. He doesn't seem that versatile, right? But then that's kind of usually the case with a lot of freelancers. Like, may mga demands sila, right? And like, I'm not gonna try to change you. That's like who he is, right? That's what he wants. He has certain expectations. Um, Honestly, tapos yung isa pang problema ko is he makes promises to me. He's gonna make bigger promises. Like kanina, sabi niya, oh, I know everything about Go High Level. You don't have to teach me. Di ba sabi niya? That's what he said. And I was like, okay, what's the latest feature on Go High Level? Do you know what it is? You said you know everything about Go High Level, right? Yun ang problema. Pag gumagawa, like, nagyayabang ka, right? So you put it out there na, oh, I know everything. You don't need to teach me anything. So, let's test you. Pag pumasa ka doon, sige, lahat alam mo. But in the first place, CSS nga, hindi mo alam na pwede na mag-CSS sa landing pages and the website builder. And binibuild niya landing pages inside website builder. That's even more unstable than landing page builder. Ang ginagawa namin nga baliktad eh, di ba? Yung websites and landing pages, binibuild namin in landing page builder. Like, I don't know if it's any different, pero mas stable yung landing page builder kaysa website builder. And like, red flag, you're telling me nilalagay mo yung landing pages in website builder? And then, second, sabi niya, oh, mas maganda yung still na landing page. Are you kidding me? Like, do you see my background? Yung landing page na ganyan, how is that pretty? Right? If I change my background, okay, so papangit yung background. Ay, wala yung video. If I change my background to, let's say, a video background, add video. Eto. Which is more modern, catchier? This one, right? See, gumagalaw siya. Like, I'm saying, and he was making a recommendation that mas maganda talaga yung mga still. And I was like, are you kidding me? A still compared to this? Yeah, I didn't believe he has. And Another thing I was waiting for him to say was, yung ano, yung monitoring ng Facebook ads sa GHL, it's amazing, blah, blah, blah. Hindi lang FB ads pwede mo i-monitor, pati YouTube ads, pati Google ads, blah. Never mentioned it. So, parang, like, you really don't know that much about GHL. Like, you know what the client taught you, that's it. Diba? So, that's a red flag. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, like, seriously, like, lalamunin ka ng mga SM. That's, and then you're going to make a claim to me that you don't need to teach me anything. I know everything about GHL. Okay, that's a tall order. Diba? And you're talking to the company that's the official VA partner for the software. You know, like seriously, he didn't even mention Zapier, Integromat, like, diba? Sabi niya, "Ay, and I've integrated mo." Okay, so when I mentioned what are the tools that you've used, like you didn't mention Zapier, you didn't mention, you know, wala. Hmm. Oh, automatic yun. Exactly. So, yeah, I don't think he's gonna be a fit. And I mean, I'd love to endorse him to one of the clients, but I just feel like, first of all, the budget is not gonna be right, and I don't know if he seems that adaptable. Um, oh, medyo, I don't know. And I think, see, Joe naman, he's doing like a final interview today for the media buyer post. So, ayan. So I actually do have an outline for your training. Hindi ko palang nilalagay yung tasks for you. Tsaka wala pa yung job offer. So mamaya follow pa ako kay Mike for that. But the first thing we're gonna do, and this is what I do with even the project managers, yung pod project managers, is tools training. Okay, so like Asana is Asana, and like you're used to kind of using it mostly for the pods, mga ganyan, but it can do so much more. Okay, we actually do not have an Asana expert in the team, and that's kind of what we need to become. Okay, um, yung Skillshare, that's my own personal account. Um, and so inside Skillshare, what I'm taking right now are a lot of productivity courses, and productivity, like yung mga minsan may mga templates na for project plan, mga ganon. Pag finalo mo yun, tapos ulit pa ulit, bibilis lang yung trabaho mo eh. So that's important for you, eventually, yung productivity training. For right now, it's just tools training, which is going to be Asana, Google Workspace. Yung Google Workspace, I'm going to get you an email inside the level 9 G Suite. Okay. There are certain features that I've turned off. You know why? Nobody in the team is using them. Like tulad nung Jamboard, nobody uses that. Okay? Yung Keep, nobody uses Keep. It's great for notes. Okay? And yung GCal, Google Calendar, you have to know the ins and outs of that because you'll be sending yung mga invites, for client interviews. So when do you publish a client, like for example, an event, right? When mo i-click yung, ang tawag dito, yung pwede i-adjust yung event, right? Like for example, if you're sending a calendar invite, like this one that I sent for earlier today. So this one. So this was a client interview today. Okay. When do you send the modify event? When do you click that? Because there are times that you don't click it. There are times that you do. Okay. Tapos there are times when you need to publish the event. Okay. And publish event. Okay. You need to know the ins and outs of that. Okay. Like for example, you want to publish the event if si client gusto mag-invite ng ibang team members niya. Pero hindi binigay sa yung email. Ang gagawin ko, ipapublish ko yung event para makita rin ng ibang team members niya. Okay. You click modify event if it's with a client. Para si client pwede, halimbawa, si client nag-set siya ng 10 a.m. Pacific time. And then she finds out, oh my God, my meeting is running long, mga ganyan-ganyan. What she can do, she can just propose a new time. Diba? Because if you don't click modify event, they won't be able to propose a new time. Diba? But if it's like a group event, like yung stand-up meeting every Monday namin, wag mo i-click yung modify event. Because you don't want like 26 other people proposing different times. Like you cannot have 26 different, you know what I mean? Um, yung mga ganyan, yung mga shortcut ng Google Workspace, you have to know what they are. Um, especially since yung ibang team members, like, I don't know why they don't use yung ibang features. Okay. I use Keep a lot, and then yung parang yung meeting notes and stuff like that. Tapos yung ibang mga shortcuts na gagamit ko. But I haven't used Jamboard, and I haven't used, shit, what's the other one? I've used Google Drawings, mga ganon, occasionally. Kasi yung Lucid Chart minsan may bayad. Parang eventually may bayad eh. So, yung Google Drawings parang it's like Lucid Chart anyway. So it's going to be all about tools training for you, probably for about a week. Tapos dun sa Skillshare, may mga tools training din doon. Yung mga shortcut for mga Google Workspace and all that stuff. So just immerse yourself in, all the tools training, finding out the shortcuts. And it may not make sense to you now, but once nagpe-place ka na ng clients, like for example, sunod-sunod na yung placing, like that's where papasok yung value ng mga shortcuts. Okay. Yung sa Asana, I'm still experimenting with like dependencies. Yung may internal automations kasi yung Asana, right? But we haven't been able to find like, automations that really work for everyone. Um, we've tried to set some up, but then it works for the pod project managers yung iba, but then sa akin parang hindi. Alam mo yung mga ganun tipo. So, and probably what'll happen is the way that Asana is organized right now for the internal team is once mag fully fledged placements manager ka na, magkakaroon ka ng sarili mong board like mine. Pakita ko sa'yo. So this is my board. See, this is my own board, and this is where I make all the notes, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Tapos yung mga may ganyan, ano yan, mga landmark, nilalagyan ko ng process ng mga SOPs. Okay. Joe doesn't like SOPs. But you have to have them, right? So this is my own board. This is a private board. You can only see it if I share it with you. Okay. I invited you to this board, which is our sample board. Once siguro we get your job offer like all lined up, then Mike and Marielle might set up your own board, your own section sa sa Asana. Okay, and then you can tailor it for whatever you want. Okay. For placements inside Engage, we don't have anything set up, like no automations whatsoever. Nothing. Yung nakaset up doon is pag may bagong nag-sign up na client, may onboarding form, kailangan tignan mo yun. That's it. Tapos may automatic welcome email, mga ganyan-ganyan. But then I also send a manual email kasi vetting process na eh. Once na-send na yung welcome email, now you have to reach out to the client and say, hey, I have a few questions about yung onboarding form mo. Kasi yung schedule na gusto mo, alanganin. Wala kaming VA that works 2 hours in the morning and then 2 hours after lunch. Like, you can't do that. Diba? A lot of it is you being the bad guy, like setting expectations. Okay. Yeah. And then the vetting process, kaya sinama kita sa initial interviews, so you have an idea with what the VAs that you'll be vetting are like. Diba? A lot of it is, ano na? So I have the initial questions and all that skills based situational blah blah. I have that in a Google Doc so I can share that with you. I mean, you're not going to be interviewing VAs, but you will be vetting them, diba? So, and guess what? Clients lie and VAs lie. It's your job to get to the truth, diba? Ako, nahihimay ko kasi parang, ano eh, parang, pag sobra-sobra yung kwento, there's something wrong. Okay? Pag kulang yung kwento, again, there's something wrong, right? Like everything has to sound right. Like it's like yung perfect na lutong kanin. Alam mo yung ganun? Like for example, like I usually always get like more or less, a good picture from you, right? Yung iba, parang sobrang konti yung sinasabi. Now there's something wrong. Or pag nag-respond after 12 hours, now there's something wrong, right? So kailangan, you have to be very sensitive to these little signs by the VAs and by the clients as well. Okay? Yung maganda is yung mga clients, they're very likely to tell you outright, oh yeah, that's not what I want. Oh yeah, I can't communicate with the VA. I can't understand them. Mga ganon. Yung mga VA hindi magsasalita. Right? Kasi Pinoy sila. That's our culture. We're kind of, you know, we're a shame-based culture. Diba? We want to be nice all the time. But it's not always like it's not always an advantage. Diba? If you're not trying to be nice all the time, ang mangyayari sa'yo is like people they walk all over you. Right? So, kailangan medyo isasama, like, madalas kita isasama sa mga ganyan. And also to the client interview. So, at least now you get exposed to, what it's like. Tsaka yung mga ugali ng mga client, like, iba-iba talaga. Iba-iba talaga. But most of the time, most of the clients, they're disorganized. Like, they don't know what they want. And you know what like, I know what they need. I know what they want, right? But they have already a picture in their mind that this is what I want. But hello, you've never hired a VA before. And like, I've been doing this a long time. But ayaw pa rin makinig sa'yo, di ba? So, ayan. It's kind of a wake-up call. So, um, yeah. So, for right now, just go through, like, i-track mo na lang sa Asana. Like, all the stuff that you do. Okay. It is going to be 8 hours a day. So right now I'm on Pacific time. So your schedule is going to be Pacific time. So it's 8:30 a.m. Pacific and up until 5:30. And then, if you're going to go to lunch, just let me know. Once ma-iron out natin yung job offer mo, i-add kita dun sa kabilang Slack. Okay, where the fulfillment and operations teams are. And then si Lori, she's sick today as well. Si Lori, or mag-half day siya or something. Once you're in there as well, she'll orient you sa mga log in, log out, mga ganun process. Okay. So I'm sorry it's a bit of a rough start. It's just that today is like super busy. But tomorrow, I think tomorrow seems a little bit better. Tsaka may orientation ako mamaya 4 to 5 if you want to join that. Ano yan? Orientation sa mga nag-graduate sa GHL training. So, like if you want to go to lunch, just let me know. Okay? And then just track everything through Asana, through the task that I assign to you. Okay? Huwag ka tumanggap ng pad task ka. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no worries. Just let me know. Like, I don't care. Yeah. Okay, we'll talk more tomorrow. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye. Hello, guys.
So, meron ako mga 1 hour, 10 minutes before I do my next thing. Before I do my next interview. Nag-interview na ba si Pinky? Hi, Angel. Are you still with me? No? Ayan. So, lagay na lang natin yung mga notes natin. Notes and shit. Excuse me. Tagal na ng light mo to. Wait. Patayin ko lang siya and then I'll come back.